Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today guys, we're going to be jumping down into the charts to take a look at what has been going on most recently with Zilliqa. As I get into this video, if you do find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you are going to be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all that said, done, and out of the way, let's jump on down into the charts here and take a look at what has been going on with Zil. Right, so we're going to start things off with our hourly chart. This is really where we're seeing these really impulsive moves go on. So we're going to start here, then we're going to scale it up a little bit, okay? So essentially we have this bottom that was found down here. This was approximately, if I just find that on the nose there, a low point of 3.4 cent, okay? So fantastic kind of reversal came in. We rode that up nice and high. We had a nice corrective move come back down, and then we started to see another set of impulsive moves, right? We had 5 waves up, we had an expanding flat, and then we got 5, 3, 5, 3, and what is going on right here is the potential of another 5 waves, but this time it's absolutely insanely overextended. As you can see, this is a really good strong third wave, and now we're coming down into this fourth wave just here. We've actually now gone higher than the third wave high, so we want to be watching out for a couple of things. This is usually a complex area for this is normally where we see complex corrections in this wave 4, so we want to be holding judgment until proven otherwise, but it's possible that this is just an expanding flat, okay, where we come down slightly lower than the A wave. Alternatively, this is now reversal, and the reason that we can look at it from either way is that we have a good move down here, but we failed to drop down lower than this low point, and this could be wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 right now, with a pullback and then a wave 4 and 5 coming in. Okay, so what we want to do is a nice strong wave 3, hopefully, within this 5 wave move. So what I mean by this is if I pull that just out of the way here, every one of these moves, these these motive moves, should be broken down into 5 waves. So here we can see that we have 1, 2, and this is 3 right now, and I don't think it's finished. So the third wave could come up towards maybe 12, maybe 12.5 cent. Something like that. So we'll pull up, then we have a fourth wave correction, and then we have a final 5th wave, all of which makes up our final 5th wave move, and I can grab that and move it over. So as I scroll out a little bit here, it's important that we also take stock of some of these areas of resistance that we've got previously, right? Areas that we think might be of concern to us as we start to go into this final 5th wave higher, okay? And obviously the reasoning behind what's going on here is Zilliqa's move into the metaverse, the launching of all of that stuff. So I think there's a lot of things going on in the background from a fundamental point of view. So we're seeing a nice surge of FOMO kicking in here for Zilliqa, but Zilliqa isn't the only one. The general trends of the markets, whether you're on Cardano or you're looking at Harmony One or XRP or Bitcoin or whatever, essentially a lot of them are also moving in this general direction. Now Zilliqa's obviously got wind of a lot of the FOMO, specifically around everything that's going on with the metaverse and some of the fundamental stuff, and that's really helping this impulsive move break out much stronger than some of the others. I mean, obviously we saw Cardano go in a very, very similar way, really strong motive moves upwards, and it's currently consolidating into its 4th wave before its final 5th wave. So it does look like Zilliqa is following a very similar path to what Cardano is, or Cardano is following a very similar path to Zilliqa, however way you want to look at it. Essentially, this is the last move, though, of this move to the upside. Once these 5th waves come in, we should be thinking corrective motions or corrective moves coming in, and I'll go through that on the slightly larger time frames in a second. So essentially, yeah, we are right now potentially tracking up in a 3rd wave, but I'm cautious that if we start to pull back down and we lose this wave 1 high, then in fact we're probably on an ABC corrective move, which is an expanding flat, and we've seen these previously on a few other projects as well. So just watch out, these 4th waves can sometimes be a little bit more complicated than the wave 2 corrections, for example. Now the hourly stochastic RSI has plenty of room to grow. This leads me to believe that actually what we're doing here is actually going into a nice 3rd wave high rather than a complex corrective move. When we take a look at the 4-hourly chart, though, we do need to see a correction. So this leads us into believing that we are heading into that final 5th wave high, which might be up there towards maybe 12.5. 13.661 is a key number, and I'm going to go through that in a moment. The 8-hourly chart also needs to see a little bit of a correction. So as we start to think about this approaching the higher end here, we are going to start to see some kind of pullback, some kind of profits will be taken once we take out these key areas, right? So on our daily chart, I do want to kind of just talk about what I'm talking about in terms of the invalidation points, right? So on this daily chart, I've zoomed out enough. You can see the wave 3 highs, right? The wave 3 highs were effectively April of 2021. From there, we saw a nice A wave down, a B wave up, and a C wave down into the bottom here. This is a standard ABC corrective play over several months, okay? This is something that's taken quite some time to play out. However, it has finished, in my opinion, and what we're looking for now with this particular move up is to invalidate any potential more potential downside for ZIL, right? We want to make sure that this was the bottom and we're not likely to go down any lower. Obviously, over here is our wave 1 high, which means wave 4 was not allowed to cross this point. That came in at 2.9, and I think we actually landed at about 3.6, I think I said, something in around there, so or 3.3 even. Yeah, 3.3. So essentially what we've got is some good kind of area, a good corrective move here on our fourth wave. It has taken quite some time because this is a larger time frame. This is more of a weekly kind of play here to effectively get everything into a position for this move right now. And again, like we've said to a lot of our Patreon members, once we started to see the reversal here, we were not buying that first FOMO wave. We waited for that move to come down and we bought that one. That allowed us to see the gains come in here. Okay, that means we can maximize our potential. So although we on this channel we've just been hodling our way through, we have not been actively selling or anything like that. We just hodl our positions. But when it comes to dollar cost averaging, the moment was right here on this line of 3.6 cents. And obviously we can ride that up until we get to the next level, right? Again, we just hodl and we buy and dollar cost average the right positions. Of course, if you want to actively trade, you can do that too. And you can find all the right points for reversals within the Elliott wave theory. So this B wave high is our critical point. In order for us to go down any lower, this B wave has to get broken. This B wave comes in at 13.661. Okay, so if we want to see this impulsive move come up, we want to go higher than the B wave. That basically means that we cannot, within these wave counts, come down lower. And we cannot come down lower within this fourth wave than our wave 1 high. Okay, so essentially we've got really good structure here. It has appeared across many different charts, and I keep talking about it. I'm kind of getting tired of saying the word structure, to be honest. But essentially what we've got, it's a really good move coming up, right? And we're following the right patterns and the right pattern of data here, and that we have a good chance at taking out that B wave high. If we take that B wave high out, it does mean that we are pretty confident that this was the bottom and we don't have to worry about any more ABC corrective move or some kind of complex corrective move coming down. Okay, and this is a really good thing. So essentially, once we actually do come up to this high point, which might be 13.662, it just has to go a fraction of a cent higher. There will be some kind of corrective play, because what I'm looking at here on this daily chart, let me just zoom on in, is the structure of what was potentially forming, and that's an impulsive move. Right? This is an impulsive move on our daily chart. I spoke about this the other day. We have 1, 2, and potentially 3. I want this third wave to come up higher than the B wave, and then I want to see some kind of fourth wave correction bring us back down. Again, another opportunity before we get another rally up. And likewise, we have some key areas here that we also want to take note of. And I'm just going to move this back down a little bit because we dropped down lower than we were talking about this yellow box for quite a few months ago. I'm going to pull that across here. Essentially, we're probably going to get rejected from 13.982, that being the 702 area, a little bit higher than the B wave high, and potentially even the 786 at 16.1. Essentially, though, wherever this third wave lands, as long as it's higher than B, I'm okay with. Because there will be some kind of rejection and some kind of pullback. And then we surge on through, potentially taking a look at the previous all-time high and going for that, and rather getting rejected or going up even higher from that point. Okay, and all of this here leads us into what is going on the bigger scale. Whether this all becomes a wave 1 with some kind of deeper wave 2 corrective play, or whether or not all of this and we get a really large extended third wave much higher in towards our end targets. Okay, but Zilliqa is something that we've been talking about for a while, specifically more in Discord than on on YouTube, etc. recently. So if you haven't already joined us in Discord, why not go ahead and check it out? Links in the description down below. Some fantastic community talking crypto 24/7, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there, right? We find it a lot easier to kind of do technical analysis down in Discord than we do on YouTube, just because of the limitations of YouTube more than anything else. So do check that out. Essentially, though, everything's looking pretty good for ZIL. I don't see this one slowing down anytime soon. We're pretty much in a good position to kind of see this one continue, but I do think we might end up with some kind of complex corrective wave here, and we know what to watch out for otherwise. That corrective wave, if it does come in, we could see this thing potentially pull back down on the 4-hourly and the 8-hourly to allow us to get that nice fifth wave higher. So I don't necessarily think that the worst is over just yet, but it could be some kind of flat corrective move, some kind of expanding flat corrective move, and that then allows us to go up massively into that fifth wave, where, of course, our key target is 13.661. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave the video there. If you have found this useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all that said, done and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.